Niam asks about the issues that I write about, asks about me writing about issues of ideas of justice and equality, and then notices that I've got a couple of poems that she describes as having a more sexual implication to them. And she's talking about sh and and wondering what the message is behind those. Um, the message, well, I never really have much more of a message than what's in the poem. Like, it's not like I make a poem to hide a message that I know. It's that I don't quite know how to say something, and when it comes out and it's said in a way that I like it to be said, the poem is it. The poem is that saying. So what could have possibly wanted, like, to be said in those poems that are a bit more sexual? This is such a good question. I also think I've talked a bit about what can't be said, or being frustrated around what can't be said. I think that there's a degree of visceral sexuality that isn't considered appropriate, or isn't appropriate actually, but sometimes just isn't considered appropriate in a lot of contexts, and that art is a way often to allow those vibes, right? Those currents of energy into a place where they're not just tearing through your experience, like the poem that's called it could be as much. No, it can't be as much about that. I was going to say it could be as much about going number two as it is about like some having some rigorous sex, but I think it was pretty much more about sex. When you're actually having the experience, you're not necessarily getting a chance to sit back and think about it. And I guess for me, the poems about that kind of thing are a way of thinking about it when it's not actually happening.